Hello. Okay, so we're going to continue along with the BoltOps reference architecture here, and today we're going to cover the ECS ASG blueprint, which is basically going to create an auto-scaling group of instances that's on demand to kind of provide a high availability failover with first very the off chance that all the spot instances get interrupted. Okay, so the right now we built already the production VPC just as a reminder, development VPC and management VPC, and we did it all in a single account. We paired them, so we peered them, and then we also spun up the ECS spot blueprint, which created some container instances that are spot. Okay, so we're on this step now. We're gonna go ECS ASG blueprint. Okay. All right, and in here, we're going to do this in a single account, and there are links in the README here for where you have to actually do single account commands right here. And there's only really one difference is the deploy command, so when we get to that, then we just have to kind of use that. But let's go ahead and get started. The first thing to do is there's a prerequisite with setting up your settings, which hopefully you've already done at this point. And now number 1, 2, and 3, you add the blueprint to the gem file. You configure some config values, and then you deploy the blueprint. Okay, it's just those steps. And even adding the blueprint, again, we don't really have to do it because it's already included in the package gem file with the BoltOps reference architecture gem file. Okay, so step 1's done. Step 2, configure. So to configure, we just run this lono-c command, and then that basically generates the configuration files for us. So that makes it a lot more simple. Go ahead, run those two commands, lono-c for development and lono-c for production. Okay. So it created 2 params files, so let's go check them out and see what they're all about. Okay, opening up, let's refresh this. Okay, there's a development one, there's a production one. Put them side by side so we can check them out. So there are just 2 required parameters, VPC and subnet. So we just have to configure those 2. To grab those values, the quickest way or easy way is to go to our VPCs. I'm going to go to the development VPC first, click on outputs, and then you can see the route. What do we need? Subnets and the VPC. So you can see the VPC, and then what we want is private app subnets values because we want to run containers in the private subnets. That's the recommendation. Okay, so the first value is the VPC, and then the second one is going to be private app subnets. Grabbing that and pasting this in right here. I guess I should have stacked them top to bottom to make it a little bit clearer. Let's do that now. Okay, so, okay, well, I'm going to close this off because I'm done with that. Okay, so next one is production. So let's go to VPC production, click on private, let's go grab the VPC value first, right there. Go back here, let's paste that value in. Okay, now grab all the subnets, and we want to run this on private app subnets. So right here, and paste them in. Okay, so we are good now with both kind of files. Now the next command is the deploy command, and this is where it's slightly different because we're on a single account. We can't name the stack the same name because they're going to collide under the same AWS account. So just click on this other doc right here, and then it just provides like the summarized difference of the commands you have to run. So here is the command you have to run right here, these 2, right? And you just basically see how the stacking is different, but it's using the same blueprint. Okay, so let's go ahead and run those 2. Okay, so deploying the development ASG stack and then the ECS ASG production stack right now. So both of them are deploying. We can go check on the status in the CloudFormation console. If I refresh here, you're gonna see the 2 new stacks. And these stacks are gonna take some time to create. So I'm gonna have to pause the video so I don't have to wait. Okay, so both ASG stacks are finished completing. Here's the development one, and you can kind of scroll down to events here to see how long it took to create, 9:18, and it finished at 9:20. So it took only like about 2 or 3 minutes to finish, and production is likewise there. So that's all done. The instances are now running. If you go click on EC2 here, and you can see all the instances here. You can see the, I'm sorting it, the production instance and the development instance here. And you can also see how there's 1, 2, production instances here, and there's another one here. So there should be 3 production instances registered to the production ECS cluster, and then there should be 3 development instances registered to the ECS cluster. So let's go check on that real quick. There's 1, 2, 3. So there we go. And let's go back to the README and see if there's anything else. So there's some mention here about instance access. Session manager has been set up on all these instances, so you could just use session manager. You could also with session manager actually there's a pro script that sets up on the AWS account side, and then session manager is set up on the user data script on the instance itself. There's also a way to actually use SSH with Session Manager, and that's all covered in this Pro script here. Security groups, it talks about using pre-created security groups if you need some type of customization like that. You have like a pre-created security group you want to associate with the container instances. And it just talks about IMA permissions here to finish off. Let's go back to the reference architecture and just review. Okay, so again, we created all this infrastructure, and on top of the production VPC and the development VPC, we launched auto-scaling fleets here to kind of have on-demand capacity just in case. All right, that was it. Hopefully that was helpful. Cheers.